He's come out of nowhere and we don't know who he is.
What are you doing in Syria?
Delivering a message.
You get around Syria, Israel, Texas.
It's the nature of my work.
And what is that work?
God's work.
How far will this new movement spread?
I'm going to find out everything about you.
Yeah. What kind of following is Dajjal going to have? So we know in many hadith that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam described Dajjal as having a large following comprised of mainly Arab and women as well.
A lot of females.
To the extent that Rasulullah described that men would actually like tie their wives and tie their daughters to the house to prevent them from going out. So they'll be alert to him. He'll be someone that is quite charismatic, someone that has a charm to him.
Yes.
Yeah. So now.
Okay, so that's another thing, and a lot of people will be following, and a lot of Muslims will follow him too.
Well, it's a fitna. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said the greatest fitna ever that the Anbiya, the prophets, warned their followers from was Al-Masih al-Dajjal. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam warned about him the most.
Because there was a hadith, I think I read the Prophet said that there will be people who would go out trying to kind of challenge him, but they will fall in his trap.
Absolutely.
So it's best to run away.
Absolutely. Not only run away, but protect yourself. How do you protect yourself? Number one, Iman. Number one, your good deeds that you do. Number three, reciting the first 10 or memorizing the first 10 and the last 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf. And in that, in fact, is a beautiful thing because Surah Al-Kahf talks about the story of the people of the cave. It talks about the story of Musa with Al-Khidr. It talks about the people of Dhul Qarnayn and Ya'juj and Ma'juj. And it talks about how the Al-Akhsareen A'mala, who are literally the people who be lost the most, basically the absolute losers in this life and the next, are the ones that literally who don't believe and who have deceived themselves into doing good, but in reality they're doing bad. So it's connected to the Dajjal and what he will do.
So when the Dajjal comes out, the world is ready for him. Now check this out. He said that he will come out from a place called Asbahan, or Asfahan today we call it, Asbahan, which is now today in Iran. And he said that he will come out with 70 Jewish people following him. It doesn't mean that right now the Iranians are going to follow him, or that the Jews of Iran. It could mean that the place where Jews used to live in that time, from that place, 70 people will follow him. Because another hadith, Prophet ﷺ said to us that the majority of the people of the world will follow him and believe him. And he said, among them are the Jews, number one. And I'll explain to you why the Jews. Number two, he said Al-Ajam. Al-Ajam means the foreigners, and usually it means the Romans. So most of the Christians will follow him. And then he said, and a mixture of people, a mixture of different people. Among them are the uneducated nomad people, desert people who don't have much education. And subhanallah, I'm just quoting the hadith, he said, and also a lot of women will follow him. Which is quite interesting to tell us, because in the social media today, social media world, isn't it a really fake world? Is it a fake world or not? So much filters, so many people who think that by getting so many likes that they're somehow important now. You can show yourself, excuse me for the expression, you can show yourself licking the tongue of a dog and you'll have so many likes from it. You can, the more stupid you do things, the more people give you likes and the more people copy you. And that's what's happening, right? Social media is a really fake, lying world. It makes you think that you're important, but you're not, based on a few likes, and no one really cares. And that's Dajjal. Anyway, the Jews will follow the Dajjal. Why? Because the Jews, they didn't believe that Isa alayhi salam really came. Remember, they believe that he's an imposter. Isa alayhi salam, remember in the Quran, Isa, the true Isa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lifted him. They didn't crucify him, nor they killed him. They killed someone else. Now the Jews who became Jews later on, they were the ones in the children of Israel who wanted to kill Isa alayhi salam. And they boasted, they said, we killed him. That's in the Quran. And they became the Jews. And what they're saying right now is, they're saying the true Messiah is yet to come. We are waiting for him. So they didn't believe in the true Isa alayhi salam, and they didn't believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So who are they waiting for now? They're waiting for Isa to come. Guess who they're going to get? they're going to get the Dajjal. And what will he say, I am? I am Isa. You know that? But he's lying. The true Isa alayhi salam comes afterwards and he will kill the false Messiah. But there's another Shaykh talking about it, inshallah. I'll leave it for him. The Christians will follow the Dajjal. Why? Because they believe that Isa is going to come back, alayhi salam. So do we. But they don't know about the Dajjal as we know about him. Now, the Christians believe that Jesus is the Son of God. And they also call Jesus God. Isn't that correct? They call him God. So it's not going to be hard for the Dajjal to convince them that he is Jesus Christ. Guess what else he's going to say after that? The Prophet ﷺ says he will stay among the people in the world for 40 mornings, 40 days. The first day is as long as a year, the second day as long as a month, the third day as long as a week, and the rest of them normal. This hadith is in Sahih Muslim too. And he will stay for 40 days. In the beginning, he'll tell the people, I am Isa, the son of Mary. And the people start following. And they follow him because he also shows miracles. Well, that's what he calls them. He calls them miracles. But Allah gave him certain trials. For example, the Prophet ﷺ told us that he will get to a mountain, a hill, and he will order all of its treasures to come out, and the treasures will be found very easily, as if they're serving him. He will order clouds to come and unite, and he will make the rain fall in lands that don't grow. And the people look and they go, oh wow, he gave us crops, he gave us, truly he is the Son of God, maybe. Right? They start believing he's Jesus Christ. And he starts doing all these things, right? The people who don't follow him, they live in hardship, in misery. They're going to get hungry, they're going to get thirsty. It's very, very hard on them. So the rest start following him. After a few days, what does he say? He says, I am God. I am your Lord. I am God. It's not going to be hard for them to believe that he is God. They just saw all these beautiful miracles apparently. First he goes, I am Jesus. And the Christians already say that Jesus is God. It's part of the Trinity. It's not going to be hard. Do you understand what's happening? Now the whole world is getting prepared for that. Isn't that correct? Luxury. People now are used to luxury so much. They want things easy. We call them first world problems. They're going to follow Dajjal very easily because it's going to give them luxury. It's going to give them, all this stuff. And we now in this world today, what is happiness? Everyone wants to be happy. But the places they're looking for to be happy is materialistic. You know what materialistic means? Cars, looks, muscles, money, luxury, all that stuff, right? Social media, all that is called materialism. It doesn't make you happy. It's fake happiness. The Dajjal will come and it will give you that fake happiness, so it'll be easy for you to want it because the people start thinking this is happiness. People now also don't believe in God much. A lot of atheists are happening. So when Dajjal comes around and gives them this, that's easy for them to believe in him, right? So you can see Prophet ﷺ is warning us not to be part of that. Right now, work on yourself. Then he said to the Muslims, he said, I will tell you how to stay away from him. One of the ways is to recite the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf all the time, but I just want to make a little point about that. I'm sick and tired of seeing young Muslims and even older ones who all we do is we focus on memorizing, but we don't focus on trying to understand. Something as simple as Qul Huwallahu Ahad. Let's try and understand what it is. Let's try and see what it's actually saying to us. What is Wailul likulli humazatin lumaza saying? Do you know what it's telling you, for example, something as small as that? So you can teach a cocky or a parrot how to memorize the Quran, but it's not going to get hasanat for it if it doesn't know what it's saying. You can teach it how to swear, but it's not going to get sins because it doesn't know what it's saying. Now, of course, you get rewards for memorizing the Quran, but we also need to understand what the message is in order for ourselves to save ourselves from these harms. So anyway, reading the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf saves you. Then the Prophet ﷺ said, between his forehead, like when you see the Dajjal, he goes, everyone who can read or can't read will recognize it. Bayna aynayhi, on his forehead, between his two eyes, so here, there is the word kafir or kufr, which means disbeliever. And disbeliever in Arabic, like kafir doesn't just mean disbeliever. There is an actual meaning for kafir. And kafir means literally to cover up the truth or to cover up something. Did you know that? The kafir is an Arabic word before Islam. It says the farmers are kuffar. Farmers, the ones who plant, they used to call them kuffar. But kuffar means they used to put the seed and cover it with soil. So the word kufr came out, which means you know the truth but you hide it and you show something else. The Dajjal is kafir, which means he's showing you the wrong thing. Okay? And what will happen is that the Muslims will recognize it and stay away. It'll be very, very hard for them. And then Dajjal will roam the earth.